Now at 11, a Sunday afternoon bombshell announcement. President Joe Biden ends his re-election bid.
This was a very difficult decision, and one that I think reflects the very best of who Joe Biden is.
The history-making decision comes less than 4 months before the election and is the latest jolt to a tumultuous campaign for the White House.
Good evening. I'm Aziza Schuler. President Biden, who is recovering from COVID-19 at his home in Rehoboth Beach, made his decision known just before 2 this afternoon by releasing a letter on social media. The president says he will serve out the remainder of his term, and he quickly endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to become the Democratic nominee. Our team coverage tonight looks at the impact of this decision and the emotion surrounding the stunning news. We begin with CBS News Philadelphia's Dan Snyder.
A seismic shift in the presidential race. In a social media post just before 2 p.m. Sunday, President Biden said in part, quote, "I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term."
Everything we have to do with,
Biden faced weeks of intense pressure from within his own party to bow out following a poor debate performance last month.
He is a statesman. He did the right thing. He put country above self-interest. That's Joe Biden.
If he believes that this was what he needed to do, I fully support his decision.
The move leaves Democrats in uncharted territory. Lyndon Johnson declined to seek re-election in March 1968, but Biden's announcement comes with just 107 days until Election Day and less than a month before the Democratic National Convention.
I've never, ever seen anything like this. This is historic.
In a separate post, Biden endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to take up his role. Harris responded, thanking Biden for his service and saying she was honored to have his backing. She said, quote, "My intention is to earn and win this nomination." Eleanor Desi, who will head to her 9th Democratic convention next month, believes Harris would help Democrats energize women and make a good challenger to Donald Trump.
She was the district attorney of San Francisco, the attorney general of California, and going up against somebody who has 34 felonies. Don't you think that's going to be interesting?
While Harris may have Biden's support, that alone will not make her the nominee. PA Democratic Party Chair Sharif Street says all delegates pledged to Biden are now unbound and free to vote for whoever they choose. The Democratic National Committee also still needs to set rules for selecting a nominee.
I haven't heard from one delegate who said that he or she would not support Kamala Harris. But I haven't called them all, but I haven't heard from those who I have heard from have all been enthusiastically supportive.
In a statement, DNC President Jamie Harrison vowed to have a, quote, transparent and orderly process for choosing a new nominee. He said Americans would hear from the party on the next steps in short order. Now let's get you right out to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and our Josh Sanders. That's where the president made the decision that really shook the political landscape. Josh?
Dan, good evening. We've been here since Friday as the president continues to recover from COVID-19, just a couple miles from where we are right now in his Rehoboth Beach home. We know how much the Bidens mean to this small beach community, and today's announcement came with a reaction of a mix of appreciation, but also questions of what happens next. Rehoboth Beach has long been a sanctuary for the Bidens, where many locals know the president and first lady simply as Joe and Jill. Many people we spoke with today following the president's decision expressed their gratitude for his service and making the right decision, while others are now wondering what happens next.
I'm a true Biden supporter, and I think the man deserves a lot of credit for all the years of service he's given the country.
I think it's good for the country. I think it's a good decision. I think they'll be better suited by some new blood that would come to the Democratic Party.
I have been following his career forever. I think he has done so much for this country. I would have voted for him had he stayed in. I think his age is a factor, but he's currently doing the job, so I'm not sure what the issue was with him following through and continuing to do it. He has good people surrounding him. His vice president is fully capable. She's an incredibly capable woman. She could have filled in if necessary. I'm just sad.
I just think it's a little shocking at this stage of the game with, 13 weeks left until an election. I think that a lot of people knew there was going to be some big issues here for a long period of time. Should have been planned differently. He said, I think long ago, he's going to be a one-term president. Probably should have just left it at that, because now we've just got a complete mess on our hands.
It came as a shock, to be completely honest with you. But when I seen it, I said, oh man, how many more options do we have?
Josh Sanders, CBS News, Philadelphia.
All right, thank you, Josh. Josh has been keeping us up to date on things happening in Rehoboth, and he and our CBS News Philadelphia crews will be staying there tonight. Our live coverage will continue tomorrow morning, beginning at 4:30. Aziza?
Thank you, Dan. And we have reaction that have been pouring in from both sides of the aisle. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Madeline Wright is in the newsroom with more on that. Madeline.
Aziza, within hours of President Biden's announcement, dozens of Democrats released statements praising his leadership. Meanwhile, Republicans were quick to criticize Biden, some even urging him to resign from office. Democrats are hailing Biden's decision not to seek re-election as selfless. Delaware Senator Chris Coons, a close friend of Biden, grew emotional talking about it.
Joe Biden is grounded. He's grounded in his faith, in his family, and in our state. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This was a very difficult decision.
A decision he says is a critical moment in American history. Pennsylvania Senator Bob Casey posted a statement on X that reads in part, President Joe Biden is one of our nation's best, most impactful presidents. But former President Donald Trump is trashing Biden's legacy. He wrote on Truth Social, crooked Joe Biden was not fit to run for president and is certainly not fit to serve and never was. Republican strategist Joe Watkins says he wasn't surprised Biden dropped out because Democrats were facing potential disaster.
They looked at all the polling data, and the fear was that if he remained in the race, not only might they lose the presidential race in November, but they might also lose a number of House seats and Senate seats.
Watkins predicts Republicans will ramp up attacks on Vice President Harris and blame her for the immigration problem at the southern border, among other things.
They'll say that Kamala Harris is more of the same, that she was Joe Biden's co-conspirator, so to speak.
Many Democrats, like Congresswoman Mary Gay Scanlon, are rallying behind Harris, while others, like Illinois Senator Dick Durbin, are calling for an open process in selecting the Democratic presidential nominee. Aziza, back to you.
Thank you, Madeline. The president's endorsement is putting the spotlight on Vice President Kamala Harris. CBS News has learned she spent this afternoon in Washington calling Democratic members of Congress to get their support. Political heavyweights are already backing the vice president, including the Clintons and several members of Congress. Harris's career spans back to her days as a prosecutor in California, and as two of her fellow sorority sisters shared with me this evening, the vice president has a proven track record that's prepared her for this very moment.
Before she became the first woman, first Black, and first South Asian American to serve as Vice President of the United States,
we did it. We did it, Joe.
Kamala Harris was already breaking barriers. In 2003, she won San Francisco's district attorney race, the first woman and person of color to hold the office. She then continued to blaze that same trail as California's attorney general, then made history again as the state's first Black senator.
I'll repeat the question. Can you think of any laws that give the government the power to make decisions about the male body?
I'm not thinking of any right now, Senator.
This is a strong Black woman, and she can hold her own, and she is going to stand 10 toes down on what she believes in. She's going to be very vocal about it.
Evelyn Sample Oates met Harris during their college years in D.C., where they became members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
She knows the issues. She knows the things that we have to fight for as Americans, and she knows what we need. She represents us. Always been a very good, compassionate person, big vision, hard worker, the kind of person that you want on your team.
Another sorority sister, Reverend Lorena Marshall Blake, says Harris demonstrated her rigor and experience while vying for the Democratic presidential nomination in 2020.
She may not have all the answers, but guess what? I believe she's ready to be ready.
Earlier this month, Madam VP spoke at the sorority's national conference in Dallas, where some say she appeared very presidential in front of the crowd of more than 20,000 women.
The Divine Nine got behind Kamala. The Divine Nine are going to be there.
We were all on our feet cheering and screaming for her. So I think that's what's going to happen to the country now. We're all going to be up on our feet. We're going to stroll to the polls, and we're going to vote on Election Day and make her the next president.
If Vice President Harris becomes the nominee, she'll need to choose a running mate. There is speculation that nearly a dozen Democrats have risen to the top of the list of potential vice presidential nominees, or candidates, if you will, including Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. Shapiro could give Democrats an edge in what could be a tight race in the battleground state. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ray Strickland has more.
It was in November 2022 when Pennsylvania elected Josh Shapiro as governor. And less than 2 years later, he could soon find himself back on the campaign trail. There's now speculation that Shapiro is on the growing list of potential VP candidates to be added to the Democratic ticket. The governor has already voiced his support for Vice President Kamala Harris, and now some members of the party are pushing for Shapiro to be her running mate. Among them, Philadelphia Democratic Party Chairman Bob Brady, who says Shapiro would be, quote, an excellent choice. In a statement, Brady says, quote, his addition to the Democratic ticket would significantly boost our chances in Pennsylvania and in communities like ours across the country. Voters in Abington Township, where Shapiro's family home is, agree.
I think he's a good man.
I think he's been an excellent governor, and he would likely be a very good candidate.
He knows his stuff. He knows how to reach people. He's a strong person. He's a very moral person.
I think he'd be a good choice. The idea for the vice president is they want someone who can help carry a state. So it's got to be one of the major states.
And while many believe the governor could have his eyes on Washington, back in May, Shapiro seemed to dismiss the idea in an exclusive interview with our Don Bell.
Listen, man, I'm governor, and I'm proud to be governor. And God willing, I'm going to be governor for a long time, as long as the good people of Pennsylvania will continue to have me. I got a lot of work to do here, and I'm focused on doing that work.
And you may be asking yourself this question: can Shapiro still be governor if he decides to become Harris's running mate? Well, the answer to that question is yes, but he would have to resign if they win in November. Reporting for CBS News Philadelphia, I'm Ray Strickland.
Our coverage of this monumental day in history continues online. You can read the president's letter in its entirety, plus more reaction to this decision to leave the race at cbsphiladelphia.com.